All right, we are right at 6 p.m. and I want to be respectful of everyone's time. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dion Bedell. I'm the Director of Student Success for the School of Professional Studies. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us for our town hall meeting tonight. This event really was put together with you in mind. We want to make sure that you are in the know of things happening with SPS, the resources and services that are available to you, and to give you an opportunity to ask questions as well. So this is something that we plan to continue. So we definitely, after this is over, want your feedback so we'll know what topics that we can cover at a later time. Before we begin, I do want to cover a couple of house rules. If you please will make sure that your microphones are muted for the duration of the presentation tonight. This is being recorded and we want to make this available at a later time. That is, of course, excluding those that are going to be speaking tonight. Second, we're going to have a Q&A at the end of this presentation. So you are welcome to put your questions in the chat as we go, especially if you're like me and you'll forget the question that you wanted to ask in the first place. So please use the chat box to place any of the questions that you have. And we will get to those. So with that said, we have a lot of things to cover in a very short amount of time. We wanted to do this in an hour or less. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our Dean, Dean Vincent Porter. He is going to get us started today, and then we're going to move right along the agenda, okay? So I'm going to hand it over to our Dean.
Thanks, Dion. I hope everybody can hear me. I don't have my squirrel voice going on. Sometimes I mix up the microphones and I get a squirrel voice. Thank you for coming tonight. It's been quite a end of spring and a long summer, and now we're into fall. It's been very long for some of us, and but we've been working behind the scenes. Some of you may not be aware, but when this all started, I started Saturday morning sessions with all of our faculty to help those who only taught on ground how to teach online and that type of thing. And it's actually worked very well. A lot of people have learned a lot. They've learned how to use the technology a little bit better, how to add things to their course. And we continue with those. It's now on an every other week basis, but it has worked out very well. Also, we have a Center for Teaching and Learning at the university, which has also helped all the faculty with different aspects of their teaching acumen and how to use pedagogy to the best of their knowledge. There are a few announcements that I want to make. There's a new texting app called Cadence that we have started to use. I think probably almost everyone has been introduced to it. Please continue to use it. There's going to be messages and that type of thing from your advisors and different people to use to contact you. It's not going to be the only method we use. Email is probably still going to be our first, but we will continue to use it. Let me bring you up to what's going to happen in the spring. At this point, we are scheduling classes in classroom for the spring, which means if you want to take an on-ground class, you can. You'll notice in the schedule that it does have on-ground classes when the schedule opens on October 26th. So we are planning to be in the classroom on October 20th, or in spring. And from that point on, now the university will decide, depending on what the CDC recommends and what our own healthcare people recommend. So it may change to online, I don't know. But at this point, we are planning to be on ground in the spring. This week, well, actually the last 2 weeks, I've been absorbed with an ACBSP visit. That's the accreditation we have for our business programs. They've been here for the MBA and the DBA this week. So Monday and Tuesday have been full of those meetings, and we finished it up this morning on Wednesday. It's been very positive. Our vote for affirmation goes on November 26th or 25th or 26th, I believe. And so I'm looking forward to hearing from the commissioners for the ACBSP to have all of our business programs accredited. Finally, the university has decided to switch from Blackboard to using Canvas as our learning management system. It'll be a gradual change. We will be changing our courses. The first courses you will see as students will be summer of 2021, but we will be changing coming spring. So the faculty are preparing for that. They will go through training later this fall and early spring on how to teach their classes within Canvas, how to set up their classes. And it's going to take a lot of work, but I'm sure we'll get through it with the help of all the instructional technology people we have, as well as a lot of our people working on part of that. Dion, that's all I have. There's not much going on yet this week. As I say, it's been, ACBSP is kind of overwhelmed a lot of the things we're doing this week. So Dion, I'll turn it back over to you.
Absolutely, thank you so much. The next thing we're going to talk about, what I realized is that I probably didn't even introduce myself. I probably didn't. I'm almost sure that I didn't. But I do want to take the time to introduce myself. My name is Dion Bedell. I'm the Director of Student Success for the School of Professional Studies. And this next portion of the meeting, I wanna take a few moments to talk about our response to COVID-19 and the responsibility of you as the student. When did we get to the point where we can come back to campus? First of all, you are a major part of the UIW community, and we are here together in the midst of a global pandemic, and there's a lot of uncertainty. The dean just talked about that. We don't know what the future holds. However, what we do know is that the health and well-being of our community is of the utmost importance. It is very, very important to us. And we as a university, we have implemented a lot of preventative measures. We have engaged in a lot of preventative activities to ensure the safety of our community, although we cannot guarantee that COVID does not, raise its ugly head. With that said, the risk of exposure and possible infection is real. And so we just want to talk about how to how to be as safe as possible amidst COVID-19. I'll probably sound like a broken record to some, but I feel like it's our responsibility to cover this particular topic. First of all, please wear a mask. That is something that is required if you're going to be on our campus. But in your personal lives, when you're out and about and you're in the public and you're around a lot of people, please wear a mask unless you are one that just cannot, for health reasons, not wear one. Also, practice social distancing. We hear this all the time. Social distancing is 6 feet or more away from another individual. Sanitize often, not only just your hands, but the workspaces that you're in. Just make sure that you're paying attention and being cognizant that maybe you need to wipe something down, or maybe it's time to wash your hands. And the CDC has done a great job of informing all of us what to do. And so please take a look at their website for updates and other recommendations. Minimize travel if you can. Self-monitor. Again, the next slide, I'll be talking about your responsibility as a student when you are back on campus. There's some things that you have to do, but please pay attention to what's going on. You know, take your temperature regularly, you know, pay attention to the signs. And if you have any concerns, please make sure that you get checked out or report your illness or exposure if and when that happens. So let's talk about student responsibility. There are things that you are going to be responsible for doing and participating in before you return to campus, even before you visit campus. So even though we are not having classes right now in our buildings, if you were to visit main campus for any reason, these are things that you must do, okay? First and foremost, we have a COVID-19 training and acknowledgement form for all UIW community members. So it is for students, it is for employees. You are responsible for taking part of the COVID training and also saying that you acknowledge that you have gone through the training. So where do you find this training? You can go to the UIW website, you can go to the SPS website, and the very first thing that you're gonna see is the Cardinal Flight Plan. Click on the Cardinal Flight Plan, and everything that I'm discussing with you right now, with a lot of other details, is right there available for you. You will have access to the training, the acknowledgement form, the illness reporting form, the travel form, anything that you think you would even need regarding COVID and your responsibility, it is there, okay? So that is gonna be a wonderful website for you. A lot of the questions that you might have about how we're conducting things, that will be a part of that web page, that website, okay? What you will also find there is the Cardinal Daily Health Check. Before you visit any UIW campus, it does not matter if it's the one on Broadway or if it's in Corpus Christi, you are to do a Cardinal Daily Health Check. This is again available on the Cardinal Flight Plan page, or you can download the UIW app and you will find the Cardinal Daily Check there as well. What you will do is enter your vitals, answer the questions, and you will either get a green light or you will not. And if you do not get a green light, you are not permitted to come to the campus, okay? And we have people that are in place that are checking the status of the Cardinal Daily Health Check every day. So you have to make sure that before you come to campus, you do it, get your go ahead. It's going to give you a date stamp and tell you how long that date stamp is active. And every time you come, so our employees, people that are on campus every day, they have to do this every day. It is mandatory. This is not optional. This is something that you have to do. You have to wear a mask as well. If you don't have a mask, there are places on campus that will have masks available for you, okay? But it's better to bring your own. You should have it anyway. Make sure you do the Cardinal Daily Health Check. Again, when you're on campus, you need to practice social distancing. Again, you need to report any illness, any exposure. If you were on campus, we need to know. If you were on campus and then you found out that you are now positive with COVID, you need to report that. Even if you tell one of our advisors or staff members, it's still your responsibility to report that, okay? So just telling one of us is not reporting it. You have to go and do the form. If you're traveling out of state, you come back, you're COVID positive, or you think you've been exposed, you need to report it, okay? Also, please make sure that you are familiar with the student handbook, because there are infractions if you do not follow the mandates that are there for not just students, but for every member of the UIW community. You need to know what that is. You need to know your responsibilities. Again, the student handbook is made available on the UIW website. It is linked with the Cardinal Health Plan. So please make sure that you go and read it, be familiar with it, and when we get to spring, if everything is good to go, we will all be good to go. So make sure that you get that training done. You can do it right now. You can go and do the COVID training, do the acknowledgement, and you'll be good to go. The only thing you have to do on a daily basis as you're visiting is the Cardinal Daily Health Plan. Just a couple of more things, and then I'm handing it off again. Just so you're aware that our health services on the Broadway campus, they do rapid COVID testing, okay? They are able to test, but it is only open to current UIW students and employees. Unfortunately, it is not available for spouses or dependents, okay? So you are able to go to UIW Health Services as a student and get tested. If you do not have UIW insurance, they take other insurances, but I think the out-of-pocket cost is $35 at most. So it is still it's affordable, and it is available to you as a student. The next thing that I wanted to mention is that, again, as you're going to campus, you're welcome to do so, but please know that right now you are not able to get a student ID with a picture, okay? That is not a service that is available. That's not to say that you cannot get an ID, but you cannot get an ID with a picture, and you need to let them know ahead of time that you are seeking out a student ID. You cannot just show up to campus and get a student ID anymore. You've got to set up an appointment, make sure that they know that you're coming. So I just wanted to make sure that you are in the know of those two items as well, about visiting campus and what your responsibility is as a student. Next, we're going to hear about our student resources from Sean Ford. He's our student success advisor. Sean?
Thank you, Dion. Again, my name is Sean Ford, and I'm the student success advisor for the School of Professional Studies. Some of you may know me. If you don't, I'm happy to be here for you. I'm just here to tell you a few things and remind you of the resources that we have for you. Now, the first part of my job is actually helping you access resources that you're going to hear more about after you hear from me. You're going to hear about some of them. There are many, many services and resources available to you even now, even at a distance. And so part of my job is to sort of be an executive concierge for you, but also a coach, get you ready for those services, and also make sure that those services are best suited individually towards you. We know that our population is a little bit different than the standard population, and we also are an accelerated program. So you need to get the most out of those services as quickly as possible. We know that. And so part of my job when you contact me, before I send you directly, so to speak, for example, to career services, maybe, to attend a career fair, even one of the virtual career fairs, which I highly suggest you do, but you'll need to do so probably in a different way than a standard student who's still trying to search around for, what they want in a career. You're probably more geared towards, what you want. So we need to get you networking really quickly. So that's just one example of one reason you want to come to me first, so that we can work on a career plan. And that kind of fits in the second bullet here, is the direct services that I offer. I'm doing deal of resume review planning, career advice, that sort of thing right now. Very happy to do that for you and to continue doing that for you in the future. So you may come to me for that. You can come to me for study skills. You can come to me if you're feeling overwhelmed. I can give you references to, we have a counseling center at UIW, which is open to you. So feel free to come to me and we can talk things out, but realize I may have to refer you somewhere else. I'd be happy to do that for you. So that's one thing that I can offer you as well. Finally, or the next to last I want to discuss is tutoring services that are available for you. They are still available for you starting online. So you would get them via Blackboard. It's a very simple procedure. You enroll in the course via Blackboard. There is a video that I've created for you, a Cardinal Quick Start. It's about 3 minutes. The procedure doesn't even take that long. It just takes that long to explain it. You just sign up for the course and sign up for a time to speak with either Dr. Dalrymple or Dr. Sandler for math or English help, respectively. Now, if they're not available, they may be slammed at the particular time that you need them. We have another service available that's called Smart Thinking. And it's very similar to enroll. You'll enroll via Blackboard right now. You enroll in the organization. There is a Cardinal Quick Start to tell you how to do that. And you can sign up for 24/7 tutoring anytime you want. Now that is kind of theoretical because if you want something sort of esoteric, there is help, for instance, in microfinance or microeconomics rather. So if you want help with that, they may have a fewer tutors. So if you want help at 3 a.m. on a Sunday, you may have to wait till Monday morning when a tutor is available. But there would be a tutor available pretty much all the time for you that would meet conveniently. So you can do one-on-one tutoring that way. And as I said, there is tutoring available that you may not be able to get that's a little more esoteric than what you would get from Dr. Sandler or Dr. Dalrymple. That includes help with finance courses, micro and macroeconomics, and statistics. So those are courses that I get, and I know the academic advisors get questions about tutoring for. So that is available via Smart Thinking, and there's a Cardinal Quick Start on our website. If you go to the Student Success page on sps.uiw.edu, and you go to Tutoring Resources. All of that information is there, or you can contact me and I can direct you or your academic advisor. And so that leads me in my final point is just keep in contact with us. Keep in contact with me. When you start contact, you can just introduce yourself, you know, and if you need resources, then I know who you are. I know what kind of resources you need or you require. It's just easier that way, as it is easier with your instructors. So introducing yourself to your instructor, letting them know who you are, it's easier for them to build that relationship and get to know you and get you the resources and the information that you need easier. So I highly suggest keep in contact with us. You're doing great just coming to this town hall and getting refreshers, reminders, maybe meeting some people for the first time. You're getting some really great information. So just keep that up, all right? So I will turn this back over to Dion and we'll get some more information for you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sean. Next, we're going to go right into student services. These are services that are offered whether you are on the Broadway campus or if you're an SPS student. The first, we are going to start with the business office. Erica, you can take it over.
Hi everyone, my name is Erica. I work in the business office here at UIW. I'm one of the senior reps. So I'm very excited to say hi everyone. Right now the business office currently is closed in-person appointments, but we do offer Zoom appointments. Our services include helping you understand your bill, make payments. If you're using a third party to pay like tuition assistance or EdAssist or tuition reimbursement through your employer, you can contact us and we're able to help you navigate through that or answer any questions that you may have. If you look at our business office email, you can also see that we can set Zoom appointments for you, or you can also contact us via phone and email whenever you have a question about your account. We also handle parking, so if you do ever come to campus and have questions how to get a permit or where to pay for it, we can assist you with that as well. Most of this information is available on our website, on the business office homepage, on the UIW website, as well as Cardinal Apps has CashNet, which is where you review your bill, like payments, as well as Boss Cars. Not Boss Cars, we just changed it this year. It's called Cardinal Cars now, and it's a virtual permit. So you can like buy a day permit there or a semester pass, whatever you need, online, and it ties to your permit. So you no longer need a sticker like you used to in the past to come on campus. If you ever need any like assistance with your bill, like I said, you can just always contact us. We're available Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or we can get an appointment set up to meet with you via Zoom or via phone call.
Thank you. Next up, we have financial aid.
Hi, everybody. My name is Heather Miller. I'm a financial aid advisor in the Office of Financial Assistance. Just like Miss Erica said, unfortunately, the Office of Financial Assistance is currently closed on our main campus. This is such strange times, but we are doing our best to ensure that we are available for all of our students. So we do offer virtual counseling appointments, so students can contact us on our website. We do have information about virtual counseling. We also offer a virtual counter and that is going to be available Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So if you are online and you have a quick question, you can definitely jump on our virtual counter, or if it's more convenient for you, you can definitely set up a Zoom appointment for us. We just wanted also to remind everyone, we are here to help you navigate financial assistance. We know sometimes this can be a stressful process for our students, so we are here to help out in any way possible, and that's why we want to ensure that everyone knows that you can set up a Zoom appointment with us. It's not too late to file a free application for federal student aid. So if you are considering looking and exploring some of your financial aid options as a school professional student, we encourage you to definitely apply for the FAFSA. It is a free application if you have not done so already. For those students who probably have already filed their FAFSA application, our office will communicate requirements and some of your next steps via your Cardinal email account. So if you haven't seen anything on your Cardinal email, you know you filed your FAFSA, please feel free to give us a call or set up an appointment via Zoom, and we'll make sure we can take a look at that really fast for you. And then one last quick thing, it's not too late to find scholarship opportunities for yourselves. If you are looking at maybe possibly exploring scholarship options, we do offer a free scholarship search tool. It's called iGrad, and that is available on Cardinal Apps. So if those of you who are familiar with logging into Cardinal Apps, or you can call us and we can kind of walk you through that process, please definitely check that out, because that is another great resource available for students. And it's also provides you free money to help you cover those costs. Maintaining aid eligibility is very important as well. I just wanted to reiterate, if any time during the semester, if you have any questions about maybe possibly changing a course or dropping from a course, please know that if you do have federal financial assistance, that may impact your eligibility for the next fall 2 term or possibly spring 1 term. So at any time, if that is something that you're considering, please feel free to give us a call, and then we'll be able to take a look at your account and just determine if that's going to impact your aid eligibility. I know this is a lot of information to throw at you in such very little time, but we just wanted to make sure that you had that on your radar. My name is Heather Miller. Please feel free to give me a call. Again, you can reach us at 829-6008. Here's our email address right here. Please feel free to ask for me. Some of the advisors have my personal line, so if you are talking to an academic advisor, they can give you my personal line. I'll be more than happy to help you out. And so thankful that y'all are here, and I'm going to turn it back over to Ms. Dion. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. If you would, we had a question come in, and I intentionally put the enrollment definitions here. Do you mind going over that just for a quick second?
I'm so sorry. I didn't even do that for y'all.
It's okay.
I was so worried about the time. I want to be respectful of everyone's time. Yes, ma'am. So if you have, and this is very important, especially if those students who are considering borrowing a federal Stafford loan, half-time enrollment is 6 hours. And so that can get kind of tricky, especially if you're taking mini terms. So we just wanted to let students know, in financial aid world, if you're taking a total number of 6 hours, that will allow us to move money from your federal Stafford loan towards your account. Now, keep in mind, you can split those 6 hours between fall 1 and fall 2 term, or if you take 6 hours all in one mini term. So for example, if you have 6 hours right now currently in the fall 1 term, chances are you have received your federal Stafford loan disbursement. Keep in mind that you may have also received a refund. So you may want to hang on to that refund if you're planning to use student loans to cover any other classes in the fall 2 term. Federal Pell Grant aid eligibility, this is a little bit different. Federal Pell Grant award eligibility is pretty much, it's prorated. So in other words, kind of a fancy way of saying you can take one class at 3 hours and still be eligible for federal Pell Grant. You just may not receive as much if you're in 6 hours or a total of 12 hours. I hope that clarifies your question. And again, financial aid is so individualistic, so it's typically a case-by-case basis. If you ever have any questions or you want to sit down and chat with me, I'll be more than happy to take a look at your financial aid award and kind of help you out.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have the Office of the Registrar.
Good afternoon. Hi, Dion. Hi, everyone. My name is Marisol Shear, and I serve as your registrar here at the University of the Incarnate Word. I'm excited to see you all tonight. Just to share with you a little bit about our office, we do currently have, as many others in the school, have a Zoom room available to you. It is available from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. So if you need to jump on to talk with someone in the registrar's office, you can do that pretty much the whole day. You would go to our registrar website and our staff would be able to serve you there. We also have our registrar email address as well, and our phones are still being answered by our staff. What we try to do is support the advising and registration processes, as a school. SPS works most closely with their advisors for registration purposes, and we're there for support on the back end. We evaluate your transcripts for credit that might come into the institution through transfer. So if you have any questions about that, we always encourage you to start with your advisor. And then if we need to come in and reevaluate something, your advisors do a fantastic job with reaching out to us so that we can make sure we serve you well. There's a couple of things that I wanted to highlight for you just so that you're aware. One of them is the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act. It's otherwise known as FERPA, and that's what protects your academic records. You own those records, they're yours, we maintain them for you. However, we don't allow access to that to just anyone. In order for anyone to contact anyone on campus, whether advisor, financial aid, our office, and to do some work on your behalf, they must have been given permission by you in advance. So we don't try to keep this information from you. It's just a responsibility that you have in advance to set up what's known as a proxy. You can do that through getting onto Cardinal apps and clicking on the banner self-service and assigning a proxy. The great thing about it is you can assign it for one instance where you can go in, give somebody access, and then turn it off the next day, or you can give them access to many things. It's just really up to you what you want folks to have and not have. But we encourage every student to at least make sure we've got an emergency contact in there, just in case something happens to you. We really hate when someone calls up and we know you're busy, and so having someone help you and then we can't share any information with them. So that's one thing to do, is to establish your proxy. The other thing is if you need information from us to provide employers or future employers, sometimes they need a transcript from us, or they need to verify that you've got a degree from us or that you're currently enrolled. You can do all of that from our website. We work through the National Student Clearinghouse, so you can order a transcript right now, and because we do work with a third party, normally within an hour to a couple hours, you can order a transcript to be sent electronically to a future employer, to your current employer if you need to have them know what your grades are. You can also have physical copies mailed out, all of that in advance, everything ordered online. The other key thing we also want to encourage students to do is, as you get into those registration cycles and your advisors giving you information, please make sure you address any holds that you have. It's very hard for us to lift holds to allow registration when there's something else that needs to happen in advance. You can check your holds at any time during the semester. That's pretty much the biggest updates that I have for everyone, Dion, but if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to take those as well.
Thank you so much. Next, we have the Center for Veterans Affairs.
Hello, everybody. My name is Carissa Vigil, and I'm one of the school certifying officials and veteran specialists at the Center for Veterans Affairs office. Just a quick reminder, we do have Veterans Affairs in our title, but just want to let everybody know, we are not VA. Just want to remind everybody about that. We are the liaison between the school and the VA, but we're here to help you with any possible VA problems that you're experiencing or issues like that. So our main goal right now essentially is just to go ahead and help navigate and process your VA benefits. That's our main goal. But we do also assist with other things such as helping veterans find scholarships and outside resources. There are 3 SCOs in our office, so there's always someone there available to take a question or a call at any point in time. We do have Zoom appointments available, and we also are welcoming in-person walk-in appointments as well. All you have to go is go through our bookings website, and you would be able to find how to make an appointment there. We are adhering to CDC guidelines and cleaning up between every single appointment, so please don't hesitate to come on in either to make a Zoom call or just to come on in and speak face-to-face if you feel like that's what you're more comfortable with. So we also help assist with dependents as well. So please don't think that this office is just for veterans. We're here to service veteran dependents also. So we're here for any questions that you may have. We also have our multiple programs that we're working with in regards to Veterans Affairs. So we have our Student Veterans of America program, which are group actually. We have a VA social worker in office. Well, not in office, but she is available also through Zoom appointments. We are a Yellow Ribbon school, and we also do grad tribute stoles. So that's going to be one of our highlights tonight, is just a reminder that the Yellow Ribbon application will be available in November for those who have been asking, and grad stole emails will be sent out soon. So just a reminder to keep a lookout for that. We do ask that you constantly pay attention to emails from us. That's how we get most of our word out and most of our VA updates. And then we also have the Veteran Resources newsletter that goes out to you with multiple information on scholarship programs, grants, things that you can apply for that will help you. So we really just want to make sure that all bases are covered with y'all. And again, if you have any other questions, we are available through phone, email, Zoom, in person, whatever you need. We are here for you. We're here to help you. And then also any VA updates that come through, just please be sure to go ahead and check your emails for that, okay? I'm going to go ahead and pass it back over to Dion, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Next, we have the Student Disability Services. Michelle, you're welcome to take over.
Thank you, Dion. Welcome to everyone. I certainly haven't met everyone. I've met a lot of you, and I also was a student in the SPS program 2 times. So I'm very happy to be talking to the SPS program out there, and certainly know the challenges that you face. And we are here to help you through those challenges, because we know you're balancing a lot of different things: work, school, home life, everything. And so also, if there's a disability involved, that's also another aspect of your school environment. So we want to remove those barriers for you. So we need you to reach out to us and let us know that you have a disability. You can certainly let us know if you have whatever the diagnosis is that might be interfering with your school environment. And then we're going to put the information together from your doctor, from you, and reasonable accommodations are going to be put in place for your classes. So just know that whatever the diagnosis is, if you're not sure if it qualifies, be sure to reach out to us, and we will review that with you and let you know, because you might not have ever had classroom accommodations before. We have a lot of students that have gone through the entire school system, or maybe they have a diagnosis later in life that is affecting them academically. So we want to talk to you. We also refer students out in the community if they're perhaps needing to get an evaluation. So keep that in mind as well. My phone number is there, my email. We are doing Zoom appointments as well. Everything can be done pretty much electronically at this point. And so we send you the information. You can do everything from home, upload what you need to upload, and then we'll go from there. And we send out letters to faculty electronically. So everything's done as quickly and easily as possible, so we're not adding any additional burden to your plate, because we know how busy you are, as I mentioned. So I wanted to also thank all of the veterans out there and the families, because certainly we owe you a great debt, and we want you to know that we're here for you. So with that, just keep us in mind. If you need to go to the UIW webpage and find us, the easiest thing to do is just go to the search box and put SDS, and then we're right there. So that's an easy way to find us. So thank you again for for tuning in here and listening to all this information. And just know we're all here for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're going to move right along to library services. Erin, take over.
Hello, I'm Erin Cassidy, and I'm your librarian for your SPS programs. Right now, the library is open some limited hours. You may not be coming to campus, and that's fine, because pretty much all of our services are available online and virtually. You can contact us. All the information about all of the things that we're doing is on our website. The easiest way to get to it is to go to the current students page. If you were going to bookmark a page that has all the useful things for UIW, that's the page I would bookmark. It has all the links to everything, including the library. So it has all of our hours that we are actually physically open and what those services are, which are primarily reservations for single seat study areas using the computers. You can come in and print, but you don't have to get a reservation to do that. If you send the document from home off of your own device to print anywhere, if you need help with that, then please just contact me. If you need a consultation for research that you're trying to do for a class, you can contact me. We can have a Zoom session. We can chat using the chat service. We can use the phone or email, whatever, call you on the phone. My office phone is going to my personal phone right now. You can also contact the reference desk if you're having trouble getting to any of the resources. When you access our resources, mainly journal articles and ebooks and streaming videos, then you use your same UIW credentials that you use for everything else. So if you experience problems with access, please let me know. I will see you in Zoom sessions for some of your classes, particularly English. We have a standing arrangement where I come in and speak to the English classes. And you can just reach out to me if you're in any class. We have research guides for all of the disciplines that are there on our website. So please contact me if you need any assistance.
Thank you
And
so
we don't
much.
do textbooks.
Oh,
That's the only thing we don't do. I was going to say that. We don't deal with the textbooks. We deal with like everything else.
Thank you so much, Erin.
Sure.
Last but certainly not least, we have the ETTLING Center.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you, Dion. My name is Yesenia Caloca, and I serve as the Assistant Director in the ETTLING Center for Civic Leadership and Sustainability at UIW. Thank you again for having us and letting me share a little bit more about the ETTLING Center and how we can support students, faculty, and staff. A little bit about the ETTLING Center. It was founded in 2013 by the late Sister Ettling. And at the core of our mission is to develop student leaders who promote social justice in partnership with diverse local and global communities. And we do that through many of the programs that we have in our office that are done in collaboration with different departments, different organizations, and nonprofit communities as well. So the first thing that I'd like to highlight that is probably one of the biggest areas that we support our students in is the community service component. So for undergraduate students that are looking to earn their bachelor's degrees, there is a 45-hour community service requirement that students need to complete in order for them to be able to apply for graduation. So we do assist our students in that process, whether it's looking for community service, documenting that in the GivePulse platform. So if you're not familiar with GivePulse, I do encourage you to look through your Cardinal apps and look for the GivePulse button. And that's where you'll be able to add your impacts, which is adding your community service hours, and where you're able to find community service opportunities. A couple of other programs that we facilitate through our center are school and university partnerships. For example, working with Southwest Independent School District and also working with our health professional schools. We collaborate with them on helping put together service opportunities for vaccinations or vision clinics, for example. And of course, with community service comes the relationship building with local nonprofits and community organizations such as Catholic Charities, the San Antonio Food Bank, Raíces, Haven for Hope, and the Duzium. So these are a couple of places where you're able to complete your community service hours. That's not to say that that's all of the places that you can, but just a few that we partner up with. Next, we also do a lot of collaboration with students and student organizations, whether that's through voter registration drives. So just a quick plug-in, don't forget to register to vote. We are currently hosting voter registration drives to just raise awareness about that. Working with different student leadership groups, cultural awareness celebrations, and we do actually have a food pantry on campus, if you're not aware. It's called the Cardinals Cupboard, and it's open to you as a student, to faculty, to staff, to be able to use. And we recently partnered up with the San Antonio Food Bank, so we have more access to products. So that is available to you. It is located on the UIW Broadway campus, and more information is on our website. A couple of other programs that we have pre-pandemic, we have been able to go on service trips, but due to the pandemic, we have canceled our service trips this year that include going down to the Rio Grande Valley through our RISE summer and winter immersion programs, where students are also able to earn community service hours, as well as our health mission trip to Oaxaca, Mexico. That also unfortunately was canceled this year, but we're hoping to pick that back up once things are safer. A couple of other initiatives under our center are sustainability initiatives to include our community gardens, composting, and our Cardinal Technology Recycle program. So our community gardens on campus are temporarily closed, but we are encouraging our students to garden in their own homes, apartments, wherever y'all live, and earn community service hours for that. And that opportunity is in Gift Pulse. We also work with faculty in terms of service learning. So if you ever hear that word service learning, that means that your faculty has incorporated a community service project into the course. So you're able to earn community service hours through that. And we also support faculty through research and training. And lastly, one of the big things that we do is really looking at everything that we do through the lens of social justice and bringing awareness to issues such as human trafficking, immigration, gun violence, and homelessness. So we are available to assist by phone, by email, virtually through Zoom, Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. So if you have any questions about community service, please contact the ETTLING Center. I know things right now are a little bit kind of up in the air. The community service requirement still stands, and we have plenty of opportunities for you to complete your hours, whether that's through contactless, completely online. So please visit the Gift Pulse website. If you have any questions about whether what you're doing may or may not count as community service, you're always welcome to contact us for that as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we're going to move to our advising. There are a few things that we want to cover, important term dates and reminders. So we're going to hear from advising. Valerie, you can go ahead and take over.
Hi, my name is Valerie Vargas, and I'm one of the academic advisors. I am typically housed at the Northeast Center, and I'm just going to do a quick introduction of our advising team. We have Jackie Gonzalez, who is at the Northwest Center, Kelly Wilson, who is also at the Northwest Center, Melissa Flores is at the Alamo Heights Center, Mary Banfield is at the Northeast Center, Robert Barclay is typically housed out of the Alamo Heights Center, Priscilla Johnson is your advisor in Corpus Christi, Christina Rollison is at the Alamo Heights Center, and Adriana Gutierrez is our student enrollment specialist. And you already met Sean Ford, our student success advisor. So this is our advising team, and we encourage you to contact us as much as you need. That's what we're here for. So we do have some really cool ways for you to stay connected with your advisor. As the dean mentioned earlier, we have a new option for texting, and students can receive announcements and updates quickly through this texting option. I just want to stress, though, that if you have specific advising questions or concerns, we encourage you to email your academic advisor with those specific questions and concerns. Like I said, you're encouraged to stay connected to your academic advisor. You can schedule advising appointments with your advisor utilizing our appointment request form, which is located on our website. Or you can simply reach out to your academic advisor via email or their phone. Although we are working remotely and we are not at our centers at this time, we are all still working hard to assist you and be available to you. For convenience, the advising team also offers a virtual walk-in advising counter Monday through Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. And we also offer walk-in Saturday advising, which is virtual for now. It's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And links to both walk-in options can be found on our website, or you can reach out to your academic advisor for that specific link, if it's for during the week or if it's the one on Saturday. So we look forward to hearing from you, and these are quick ways to get in touch with your academic advisor. So I'm going to go over some term deadlines, some important dates and reminders. Fall 2 term starts October 17th if it's a Saturday class, and October 19th if it's a weekday class. And although we do have categorized on-ground classes, please remember that all of our classes for Fall 2 are being taught remotely, either through Zoom and through Blackboard as well. So Fall 2 registration is in full swing, and we highly recommend you register now. Right now, advisors this week are hosting what we call registration roundup, and we all have open Zoom times where you can specifically speak with your advisor and get recommendations for courses. So we highly recommend that you, if you have not already registered for Fall 2, you do so as soon as possible. The last day to drop a Fall 1 2020 class with a grade of W is October 2nd. You must email your advisor to drop a course, and it must be received that Friday, October 2nd by 5 p.m. via email. The last day to apply for a December 2020 graduation without a late fee is September 30th. So right now, it's a late application for December, so the application is no longer available in your Banner web account. So we ask that you reach out to your academic advisor for the paper application. The last day to apply for a May 2021 graduation date is, without a late fee, is October 1st. You will apply through Banner web going through Cardinal Apps, and the application is electronic. So for May 2021, I know it seems really early, but it gives the advisors enough time to review your graduation audit so that we can look at your degree and make sure that all of your requirements will be met in enough time to graduate for May 2021. So if you're looking at a May 2021 graduation date, we encourage you to apply before October 1st.
Thank you, Valerie. One other date that I wanted to add, this is actually happening tomorrow. We are having, the admissions group is having an info session. There is one at noon and there is one at 6 p.m. So though you're a current student, if you have family members or friends and they're talking about, you know, the thought of going back to school, please refer them to the event. Please have them be a part of it and learn more about the School of Professional Studies. They may have questions that our team can answer. I believe I have Nayeli on. Do you want to give a little bit more information about the info session, Nayeli?
Sure, just like Dion mentioned, the info session will be held tomorrow, September 24th at noon, and we have our 6 p.m. session as well. We will have different departments, so for those that are interested in either an undergrad or graduate program, they'll have the opportunity to hear more about our programs that we have to offer and the other departments that also pertain as far as admissions from financial aid, the business office, academic advising, and admissions. So we will walk all of the inquiries or applicants through the admissions process and also provide you with all those details. Thank you.
Thank you. So we are at the end of our presentation. If you have any questions, you're welcome to put it in the chat, or you can come off of mute if there's anything that we did not cover. The other thing that I'm very interested in, as well as what you would love for us to talk about next time we have a town hall meeting. We don't want to assume, we want to know. So if there's something that you still want to know about, we want to be able to address those things. One of the things that came through the chat that we do want to make sure that you pay attention to is that when you're applying for graduation, please make sure that your community hours, community service have been met prior to applying for graduation. That is really, really important. Believe it or not, you know, some people feel differently about coursework versus community service. For an undergraduate student, community service is to be thought of just as important as a course that you need to take, a course deficiency. Both of those items have to be met before you are able to graduate. So please make sure that before you apply for graduation, that you have your community service hours met, okay? Or you might have to be moved to a different date. I also wanted to clarify that the dates that are given for the graduation applications, those are the deadlines if you do not want to have to pay a late fee, okay? You can apply for graduation after that, but there will be a late fee that is applied. So just wanted to clarify the dates that we are giving you. We want you to get in without the late fee, okay? If there are any other questions, please feel free.
Dion, can I mention something else about that?
Yes, please, please.
Thank you. And you definitely want to apply those hours as soon as you can and apply for graduation as soon as you're ready to do so. Part of that as well is because we do a lot of back-end planning for your event. So that if you wait closer to deadlines to actual commencement ceremonies to apply for graduation, your name may not end up in the publications that the university does. So the graduation program, the newspaper article that we take out that lists our graduate names, we have certain time limits that we have to get those to the press. So if you're waiting till later for that to happen, chances are you're not going to end up in those publications, and we don't reprint those. And when it comes to seating at graduation, that's done so far in advance that you could end up in the very back row by yourself with other folks who've applied late, rather than in with your class, with your classmates who are graduating with the same degree program. So you should definitely apply for graduation as soon as your advisor lets you know that you are ready to do so.
Marty, so we also had a question earlier about the December graduation, and if there are any updates regarding December graduation.
That's a great question. Right now, we are waiting on the university, as Dean Porter mentioned. We're making some decisions about things that are happening here in the coming months. That decision of what we're going to do for December graduates will be made sometime here in October, I'm hoping. But we are still on standby just to see what's happening with the virus and happening in our community. So stay safe so that we can hopefully get back to normal as soon as possible.
Thank you. I see another question here. Can we apply to get our master's before we finish our bachelor's degree? Nayeli, you want to handle that one? Or one of our advisors?
What was that as far as the admissions to grad school?
Can we apply to get our master's before we finish our bachelor's degree?
So the process is that you would have to get a clearance from your academic advisor. You can apply for admission, however, you have to be cleared through your academic advisor in order to get you into whatever term you're applying for. So it just really depends on what term you're applying and when you're going to be graduating and if you're clear. So I don't know if that answered your question, but it's just really going to depend on those different factors.
And Kelly is on it too. She's on it in this chat. Thank you, Kelly. If I'm missing anything, let me know too.
So Dion, we had another question regarding specifically the number of hours for a graduate student. And I know Heather spoke on the undergraduate full-time, part-time status, but they're asking specifically what is considered part-time and full-time for a graduate student.
For a graduate student, if for financial aid purposes, that would be 3 hours as half-time.
And Heather, that would make them eligible for financial.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, that would make them eligible for a federal Stafford loan if they took, and now the catch is got to be careful too, because in some cases, graduate students may register for a prerequisite course that's undergraduate. The key is they have to be in graduate level classes, and they can register for just one class as long as it's a 3-hour graduate level class in order to qualify for student loans.
And one of the things I was going to mention is, you know, we're a little different in that we have 2 terms per semester. So a lot of the things that you see or publications that you see that's campus-wide, it's going to talk about semesters. So think about it always think that there's 2 terms in a semester. So if you're taking a 3-hour course in fall 1 and a 3-hour course in fall 2, you are then pursuing six hours within a semester.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So just wanted to help you think about that, especially if you're a newer student. That the terms can kind of mess you up, because a term is totally different from a semester. We have 2 terms, 2 8-week terms within one semester. If that offers any clarification for students.
Thank you.
Any other questions? We also have representation from our military program. So if there are any military students here that have any questions about TA, BA, we have people here that can answer those questions. There really is no such thing as a dumb question or a question you shouldn't ask. Now is the time. But we're at the end of it too, but we want to give you an opportunity to ask questions if you need to. As you're thinking, I'm gonna give you like a last 30 seconds, 1 minute. I just want to thank you for taking the time out to join us tonight. We will again make this recording available. The presentation will be available as well, with active links to the sites that were mentioned today. I know that this was a lot of information, but we wanted you to know how to reach us. Although our offices, a lot of them may be closed physically, they are very much so open. We are very much so here to serve you to the best of our ability. I actually think we have done a lot better. It seems that most of us are a lot more touchable now that we don't have the brick and mortar kind of separating us. And I'm speaking in regards to the School of Professional Studies. So please use the information that was given tonight. Use the resources and services. We are here to serve you. We want you to continue to persevere and to really push through. We know that these moments are hard, and there are things that we don't know. We don't know what the outcome will be, but we're just going to take it one day, one moment at a time. So thank you again for your time. Again, please invite someone out to the info session tomorrow. And if you have any questions, please reach out to your advisors and to the different offices that were represented here. Thank you to all of the speakers tonight. I really appreciate you taking the time out to join us. And everybody have a great, great evening. Thank you.